Welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I'm your host, CJ DePalma, and I'm here with Claire Bays. What's going on?
What's good?
All right, guys, make sure you can hear us. Let us know. We are here live at the Age Group CrossFit Games in Columbus, Ohio. Day 2, Friday. What a day so far.
Yeah, how's it been for you? I've seen you for about 2 seconds.
2 minutes, that's right. So one of my athletes went already, and yeah, it was fine. Normal athlete woes, struggling with some stuff. No, we didn't wash my jersey. No, I didn't sweat. I sat here all day yesterday. I just sat here. It's cold. It's also like 28 degrees inside of here.
It is frigid. Don't be fooled by anyway, yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, no, I didn't wash my jersey. I got an undershirt on. I changed my undershirt. Wait, did I? Yeah, it's a different tank top. Maybe.
Doesn't even know.
I don't know.
Bro,
Sorry.
Where you been?
Why did I get dressed in the dark? Because I didn't want to wake half the people up. We had to be here early. So, yeah. So day 1 was awesome.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun stuff on day 1.
Yeah, I think that I don't know how much of this we even got to touch on last night's show because, of course, when Boz came in, and just thank you to Boz for making the time to make it happen. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing at almost I almost fucking nuking the podcast yesterday.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all now. You know what I am going to tell you? Here's what happened. That occurred, and I about yeeted myself out. But that's just like my uncomfortability with any type of friction and like needing to be able to be okay with that because it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was
cool.
perfectly
We walked
fine.
Back. Yeah, we kept having good conversation.
Yeah, and it was really cool to get to converse with him.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely. So day 2, 2 workouts. Workout 3 and 4. We have the infamous 18-minute AMRAP with weighted pistols and hang cleans, and it's playing out exactly as we anticipated, just to be clear. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But it is exactly what we anticipated as far as who is getting far and it being an absolute destruction on athletes.
Yeah.
At this point, for sure. The older athletes went with weighted pistols or went with pistols this morning. They're fine. The pistols turned out okay. I still don't think they're a great testing pattern. But we'll talk about that later. Internet. Oh no. It looks good on our end. So keep us informed. Let me see if I can exit out of some stuff. And okay.
Yeah, let us know because so far it's looking good for us.
Yeah, it looks fine on our end. So, yeah, I think overall the workout's playing out from the pistol standpoint. While I don't like the movement, it's fine. As far as the athletes doing it, athletes are resilient and they will get to make it happen. I didn't see the 70, but from what I've heard, it played out fine. Some people were pretty shallow on the standard and maybe got some no reps that were called fine, but no more than a usual 70-year-old trying to squat below parallel. The younger age groups are fine going through the pistol as well. The biggest thing that I'm seeing in that workout is some athletes are getting to the row and some athletes are getting all the way back to the toes to bar. So athletes are doing 50 more hang cleans, and that's not okay. And that's the problem. And there's so much more volume and so much more, what's the word? So much more, like the athletes are being penalized by doing better by a lot, right? Not just having to sit on the rower a little bit longer or run a little longer or, maybe do some extra burpees or something like that. Some people are getting stuck at the pistols and sitting on the rower for a little bit, and others are getting through the hang cleans, and it's just so far. It's such a big discrepancy on total work volume that I do think it's a miss, and I do think it'll have an effect later in the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, every weighted hinge that you do matters, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it impacts how you show up the next couple of days, depending on how intense it was. I'm curious for an update if it's okay, as long as the internet's okay. If somebody in the chat could give us a heads up that the internet is doing okay. However, okay, so speaking to that.
Go ahead. Are we looking up leaderboard?
Yeah, well, so I know that for the 70-plus men, I think you had at least one gentleman in that division get through the pistols, and then the majority elsewhere got stopped there, but did work their way through some. So they got there and had quite a few minutes to kind of work through what they could. Versus, I believe, on the 16 to 17 division, we should double check. I think one of the girls got back to and was in the second round of pistols.
Yeah, that
so
was
we need to go
crazy.
double check that.
Yes.
But that's a wild thought.
Right. And so some of these girls, like when they did the run yesterday, like the 14, 15.
Yeah.
Are we good? Can we see? Okay. So I'm not sure what, their scores aren't in yet. This is 14, 15, maybe
Yeah,
16,
if you go 16,
17.
17, you can
There we
see
go.
those.
All right. So 362. I don't know. What's the math
I think it's
on it?
188 because they had 48 calories on the rower, I believe, right?
Yeah.
For that division.
Yep.
Plus 50. No,
Plus 40.
sorry.
Yep. Plus
Yep.
50.
Plus 40.
No. 50.
Thank you.
40, 30, 20.
So that's around 188.
Yeah.
So then if you times that by 2, you get to 376. And it looks like our top athlete here
12.
got 362.
Yeah. So she was in the pistols. That's insane.
Right.
Insane. That's crazy.
Yep. Very different experience versus that higher end, which, like I said, I think one athlete in that division, or at least in that heat, I think in that division,
Right.
made it through the pistols.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
That's wild.
Like you said,
girls are fit. Guys are fit too. Did the boys go yet? I don't think the boys went.
No, they have not.
No, we have like the flow is weird. So there's 2 floors working on the same workout. And I think it's just based on kettlebell. So like to limit weight changes on the kettlebell, like that's for sure what it is. It's like the flow.
Yeah.
I don't know if like all men are going on this floor and then all women. That's what it's looked like so far. All the women have gone on this floor and all the men have gone on this floor, but I don't know if that's going to flip when, like, I don't know, maybe that is how they did it. So they only had to change the kettlebell once or twice instead of 5 or 6 times throughout the weekend. I don't know. So I'm not 100% sure how it's working or who goes where. But
yeah, I'm not sure either because right now, from what I can see on the schedule, it shows floors 2 and 3. Like as far as heats going, floors 2 and 3 are lumped together.
Right.
So you can't really differentiate which floor they're on. Like you've communicated with your athletes to know which floor that they're on.
Right.
But other than that, I'm not seeing how
I didn't know. I don't know what floor they're on. I just know all the women were back there. That's where we warmed up, and then they're going to that one. Yep. And then I guess all the guys, we're not coaching you guys, so they are all warming up over there. So I'm guessing all the women are on floor 2 and all the guys are on floor 3 for this workout. Now that I'm sitting here trying to figure it out, that's what it seems like. Okay. Yes. Hey guys, real quick, just remember PR Apparel is still a great sponsor of our podcast, and code WODprep will get you 25% off of all of their apparel. Not wearing it this weekend because we're rocking these sick fucking jerseys. But if I wasn't wearing the jersey, I would be wearing my PR Apparel, which I brought with me. So head over to prapparelshop.com and get 25% off with code WODprep throughout the rest of the Masters games. Support a small CrossFit brand and support the podcast. More importantly, support me, which is fun. So, all right, great. So, what have you been doing this morning?
This morning, just actually, I mean, not much. I do want to loop back to last night because, like I said, I don't think that we got to talk about that just because we wound up pivoting over. But so yesterday, the spectator workout floor was ran by WODprep all day.
Right.
And so you had a skill session, a workout, back and forth. And you had been running those all day. And so like the very first skill session was double unders. And every single person that attended it, who has been working on double unders for years, got strung together their first sets of double unders during that 1 hour session, which is insanely cool. And I think like speaks to his ability to coach something. I mean, that's incredible.
Just don't let him hear you say that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, keep that to ourselves, but
for sure.
That was pretty cool. So then the workouts, and then the next one was a bar muscle up one. I got to be over there quite a bit for that. That was really cool to watch. Same thing. Just the coaching was pretty excellent. So, and then I have to touch on the final thing of the day over there was the volunteer workout.
Right.
And so Coach Nelson with WODprep came over there and led that. And it was the same one that the spectators had been doing all day. It was teams, and it was biking, toes to bar, box jump, overs, and sandbag cleans. Yeah. And so what was cool there, well, I think it's so incredible that all these different volunteers, like they work their full day, and then they're like, and I need to get my fitness in, so that's accessible to them, and then that they're willing to do it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's something that they desire. And a really other neat note is we have Ty Jenkins on the floor emceeing this weekend, which is awesome. And he popped over and did the workout with his buddies as well. And so for those volunteers, like that's a special moment for them to get to share the floor with the 15th fittest guy this year. So anyway, those were some special things that you wouldn't necessarily see that are really cool moments from yesterday.
Yeah, that was
from
pretty
my
cool.
perspective.
Yeah, I talked with Ty for just a minute, and I just was like, hey, this is such a cool thing that you come and you do the MC thing, and I know you don't charge anyone to be here, and you just want to come and enjoy, and he's such a genuine dude, and it's he's almost genuine to the point you're like, is it kind of fake?
Are you
like
questioning him?
Very Noah Olson like everyone thinks Noah isn't the way that Noah is.
Sure.
And so, but he really is, man. He's just a genuine guy, and he just wants to be involved in the community, and he really loves Pitt because he grew up through Pitt, and that gave him the framework and the foundation to be to push the success that he's had in our sport already is through that competition.
Okay,
and so
cool.
yeah, and so it's just cool that he's here. He's on the floor, and he's doing a really good job. He was announcing, he does a really good job. I've always found it interesting, who tries to MC, right? You can tell when someone is just good on the mic, but doesn't have a deep CrossFit knowledge. Because the way that they talk about even the flow of the workout, they're 40 toes to bar, and then they're going to do 30 kettlebell thrusts. You can just tell, right? And he can talk the flow of the workout at the beginning, and he's they're going to do this, and they're holding this calorie, and he can create emphasis when it's really good, right? Because he knows it's they're holding 1,000 calories per hour for a female group in the 45, which is not shitty. It's actually really good, right? And he knows that,
right?
But another MC, and not just as obviously not referencing you, duh. But other MCs that I've seen in the space, they would never reference that, or if they did, they wouldn't understand the weight of that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's really important. Oh wow, they went unbroken on those pistols. Holy shit, no one else has done that. People don't see that unless you think about it all the fucking time,
Absolutely.
We do, right? So
yeah, I think that's what I say all the time. There's a couple of key components to MC work, which yet again, I'm less than 2 years into the role, so I'm still learning so much. But some key components that I see within this space is a deep understanding of the experience that the CrossFit or that the athletes are having on the floor, as well as obviously the ability to ride the waves of inflection and so on and make it a performance to it.
Right. Oh yeah, 100%.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool to see him out there.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I did also just want to touch on as well that I think it's really cool. You got a number of different vendors here, and the setups look great. And that Ben is here all weekend and eager to help people throughout the course of the weekend continue. He's just eager to give free coaching up at the front of the booth all weekend. And I think that's really, really a neat thing. So for anybody who does listen to this, who's here, we have ropes. We've got the rig in this booth.
Right.
And so people can come here and have coaching directly from Ben or someone else who's available. But he's really here for that reason.
Right.
And so that's something that's pretty unique.
Yeah.
I'd like to call out.
WODprep is a really unique company, and we're probably one of the only CrossFit companies that isn't leveraged behind a face and a name. It's Ben's face, but not because Ben was a successful athlete.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know Ben, he certainly could have, and he just chose not to be. He wanted to go into internet marketing and really grow a business. And so we're in a unique space. We do a couple things really, really well, more so than a lot of other companies who maybe leverage their name and who's behind the name more so than a product itself. And we fucking coach really good.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
We coach really, really well.
Yep.
We write great training design, and we teach people how to go from scale to RX really, really well in a unique way that a lot of other companies, don't do, or maybe I don't know, hide behind a face. But and so Ben is really, really good at what he does. He's also not very good at a lot of things, but what he does do that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Right. Ben isn't going to write a big program design, but that's why, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Ben isn't going to do one-on-one coaching, and but Ben does small group work. It's best on the planet to teach skills. I mean, there's no one better, and I'll fucking die on that hill.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm pretty sure just about everyone in this space has used a Ben video at some point in time.
Yep.
For a muscle up or what. Can't even count how many people that are competing this week have come up to Ben, even in the younger age groups. Oh yeah, your videos taught me muscle ups when I first started. Right.
Yep.
Now they were cheapskates and they didn't pay for a video. It was all the free shit on YouTube, but it's fine.
You're talking about the kids, right? They're gonna use mom and dad's money.
That's right. All right. So Ty needs. So I don't think you guys have heard him this morning, but he's doing a better job this morning saying the names. He's bouncing back and forth. But last night he came in on a 5-hour delayed flight and was just thrown in to the main heats on camera.
Yeah.
He had no warm up, no prep, no anything. And he was like, yeah, I just walked in and they put a headset on me and I just started talking. So I think he did pretty well for just throwing it. And he emceed Pit Throwdown last year, but that's his only experience, right? I mean, he doesn't do this regularly.
Yeah, I didn't even know that he had emceed that. I think that at the Legends event last year, I think he mentioned being involved, but not in an MC role. So right. I don't have good context for that, but yeah.
So
yeah.
Ben only has abs. He doesn't have a face. He just has chest and abs. That's it. He actually doesn't have a face.
Yeah, and he also doesn't have a last name. He's just been
correct. Yeah. Well, you don't want to know his last name. You would get very confused and you forget about him.
Yep. Okay, so as far as what we're looking forward to today,
as far as the booth or the events. So, with normal events come, strengths and weaknesses, etc. But with Rose, both these events are really, really solid. We're really excited. And she's going to do great. She's really good at pacing. It's an 18-minute AMRAP. And if she can just put her head down and push forward, she's going to do extremely well. I think she's going to end up, staying at the top of the podium. And her GHGs are the fastest above 55 on the planet. And I'll die on that hill as well.
Yeah.
She's amazing at GHGs. And we never do them. So why don't we do any more GHGs? I'm because you can do 60 in under 2 minutes at 59.
She can do 60 in under 2 minutes?
100%. She never slows down. It's crazy.
That's impressive.
So it's going to be a great workout for her. We're really excited for that one. And same with Jen. Jen's a sprinter. And so hopefully we'll have a good workout in the afternoon as well. I can't talk on my other athletes. I don't know if the coaches are sort of around doing their own thing, working with their athletes. So we're going to talk on Rose and Jen.
Yeah. So your overall feeling so far about this one that's going down is it's what you expected and you feel not indifferent about it. You just don't love it. This would be your least favorite of the weekend.
It probably is. On paper, it's cool. If it was just an AMRAP or just for time without the pistols, I'd be fine. The pistols are maybe playing out a little better than I anticipated, which is fine. Mm-hmm. I certainly didn't think that it was going to be a dumpster fire as far as people getting hurt or anything, and I haven't heard any of that rumbling yet. But it's still just a movement. It stops people in their track, maybe unnecessarily, especially for the older age groups. Main thing is just the way this AMRAP is finishing, people getting to the cleans and some people not getting to cleans at all. And that's just, of all the movements to finish on an AMRAP with, toes to bar, hang cleans, thrusters, those are all super compounding and high eccentric contraction patterns. So they're going to create more muscular breakdown and it's going to uneven that playing field. Right. Like Boz said last night, it's always a very interesting thing. Boz was I asked him what he thought about it, and he was AMRAPs aren't my favorite. He admitted to that, but he was but I think this one will play out, hopefully we'll see some people that'll finish. Right. And I don't think he quite understood that everyone is going to finish and a lot of people are going to get through the hang cleans.
Yeah.
Right. I think he just maybe even looking at the workout, misinterpreted the time on that. I don't think they had a great pulse on how far people were going to get, to be honest.
Yeah, well, and I think that we just take that back to the conversation with Bob and Joe, and I love that they call out, they're we're testing, and also find me some retired, if you are training hard at these ages, then how many, as you get older, right? People are training hard in their struggle to find athletes that can test that aren't trying to do the test itself,
right. Yeah, for sure.
And so hearing them say that, I'm that's an interesting challenge that you do have to navigate versus having this whole pool of near, of semifinals athletes, et cetera, that once you, they're not making it, I guess, that you have the opportunity to test with them anyway. It's different demographic.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, what do you want to talk about next?
I don't know. You have all the talking points.
Oh, I do?
Yeah. You have all the talking points.
Well, I guess I definitely think so we've got the one that's underway right now. It's going to go on for a while. You got a few athletes left to go with that 18-minute AMRAP that's not your favorite. And then moving on to the sled push workout.
Right. Wait, no, sled push is tomorrow.
I'm sorry. I thought that it was
It's
the.
GHD burpee. GHD.
I had that mixed up then.
Sled push is tomorrow. Deadlift sled push. Yeah, it's a GHD burpee today.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Right. So I do like the schedule, the way that it's laying out. Like we have basically a 4-hour break from now till like 1:30. Looking at my schedule over there. I can't see it. I guess I can. And so with the schedule being so late, we actually have a nice break. We can be at the booth. If you guys are here, come on down, right? Or if you're close, drive on up, drive on around. It is it's a really good time. The events are pretty, while, I'm not the biggest fan of the workout itself, it's a super entertaining workout. Like, and there's no question that it is entertaining to watch, right?
Yeah.
People are like the hang clean, like the movement in and of itself, all of the movements are entertaining. There are great races across the board. And so, but yeah, I think we've hit on that. I think it could have been
thoroughly.
something. Yeah. I mean, even if they would have dropped the AMRAP, right? I think they wanted something 18 minutes, and I agree.
Yes.
But again, I think they just missed the mark on how far people were going to get. I think they wrote 18-minute AMRAP, hoping that people would get into the row, right? And that's like, if I was writing this workout and I was going to make it an AMRAP, and I was like, all right, how can I make this? I want them to go 18 minutes, and that was probably their leverage of the workout, and they want a chipper, and so they wrote it out. And I would bet anything that when they did it, they got in the 15, 16-minute mark, and they're like, okay, people are going to get to the row, maybe a couple hang cleans. And then at that point, I think it's definitely a much better balanced workout, or not balanced, but like fair workout for those that are going to excel.
Well, like you said, so an 18-minute workout, and if you want to make it an AMRAP, I think the thing that like everybody's just hung up on is you have this huge bottleneck that happens that's based on ability to do the thing, right? And so like if it's an 18-minute AMRAP, then it could be something where capacity is more the limiter than like access to a range of motion at a high skill type thing.
Right.
And then so that it doesn't stop people in their tracks there. And then also the following movement, like making it one that like the people who progress further and further, that the fatigue as a result of the movements themselves is mitigated as best as possible, I suppose. Is that making sense?
There's a lot of big words. I think it makes sense. There's a lot of big words.
Yeah, I guess just the weighted hinge and so on.
Yeah. It's a beatdown, right? To do better, you get penalized. And like, we never like that in an AMRAP. We never like that in competition. So, and so I do think that, again, I think they just mistested, right? Like Amanda just said, they need other people to test.
Yeah.
And I think an 18-minute AMRAP can be in here, right? But I think the workout wasn't hard enough to be an 18-minute AMRAP in that sense, right? And so people are going to get hurt, and hurt, quote unquote. They're going to get penalized for doing better in movements that are actually potentially going to play a role into later in the week, right? So we have toes to bar now, then we have GHDs in a little bit. Also fatiguing, someone did an extra 40 and an extra 50 hang cleans versus someone who sucked at pistols, and so they got stuck on the rower. Right, that person is now in an advantage from a work effort, right? Yep. Boz's argument was that the person that can walk on the run, and I was like, yeah, that's certainly a fair argument.
Yes, it is.
Right, and but it's not an AMRAP.
Yeah.
Right, like that person didn't just walk half a mile versus someone who ran 7. They still had to complete all of the work. They just walked it, right? And I still think that's the difference. The work was completed.
Yep.
They just completed it a lot easier.
Yep.
Right. So I do think there's a little bit of a flaw in that argument.
Sorry. If you were to have an 18-minute workout, like if you want to hit that time domain and you wanted to make edits, like what would that look like for you as a programmer to try to keep that?
Try and keep it as close to what it is right now.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a tough one.
So chippers, again, like one of the best open workouts ever, right, is 14.4, right, which is the chipper, or 23.1.
Okay.
It's one of the most complete open workouts ever, right? And
go back over it again.
So it's the chipper, 60 cal row, 50 toes to bar, 40 wall balls, 30 hang power cleans, 20 muscle ups, 14-minute AMRAP.
Okay.
And some people get back to the toes to bar deep, right? But that's in a silo by itself, so it doesn't matter if it's more fatiguing, right? So an AMRAP is okay there.
Right.
AMRAPs are okay in the open. They're not great
a lot
in
of
here.
An opportunity
so
to
if we're trying to reduce the AMRAP or remove the AMRAP, what would I do to keep it 18? So it's 18 minutes time cap. and we want everyone to get really, really close, right? I'd probably increase the length of the row to like 80, 60, something like that. And then potentially, God, I don't know. To keep the same movements, it would be really tough, because if you wanted to keep a chipper, you would just make everything bigger, which would be absolute destruction. Like, then it would just be too hard overall.
Right.
And I mean, you probably would. I mean, I don't know.
So
you'd have to change the whole design of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to change the whole design. We already have burpees though, so we can't do that. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for sure. But when people get time capped, right, like, they also do less work as well, right? So that's also the other thing to consider. When like someone does get time capped on a workout, they do a lot less work, but there's always going to be limiters in something like that. And so I don't know. I probably would change the structure of it and not make it a chipper, or just make it for time, right? And then you're just stuck with a shorter piece. You could have made another workout longer, like this GHD workout. That workout probably could have been like another. So like, you make this, some people are finishing in 10 to 12 minutes. So it's a 12-minute workout. Then you give like another full 12-minute piece, something like that.
Yep.
More GHDs, more burpees, longer, something to that effect, right? Like, maybe you start at 50, then 35, blah, 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 blah. Because people are going to finish this next one in like 6 minutes. So I would probably make this for time if we were trying to keep it as close to the stimulus as possible. Or even like AMRAP the rower to like 15 minutes or something like that. And then it's like total calories in the row.
Okay.
Right. I mean, like, that's like,
it's less punishment for sure.
It's certainly less punishment.
Yeah.
But it's tough, right? Like, the way that it's designed, you know, it would have to be a full rework of the workout for it to
hit that time domain.
Yeah, hit that time domain and maintain a chipper.
For you.
I mean, like, you'd maybe more movements. I don't know, maybe like a lunge in there. Do we have lunges this week? And no, we don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and really look at like the rest of the weekend, right? Like, programming in a vacuum is always so tough. It's like, why do you like this workout? And it's like, well, you know, like Dave always says and Boz says, and everyone really, like, it doesn't really matter. It matters like what's around it, where it is in the weekend, like what the goal of it is. You know, like running Isabel's like the greatest example. Like, no one fucking liked that workout.
Yeah.
I mean, they liked it because it was going to be fast, but it's like, do we really need another sprint workout? Like, what's it going to do? It's not that hard for everyone. It's like, well, it was where it was event 9. The race was crazy.
Yep.
One fail can like change the leaderboard drastically, which it did. It literally did all of the things that we said it might do. And then it was a perfect workout.
Yep.
Right. So,
and you had athletes come away from that saying that was their favorite workout of the weekend too. Which, I mean, not that that's necessarily what you should prioritize, but that's a fun thought too.
No, but it's important.
But upon reflection, they're like, yeah, that was one I enjoyed.
Yeah, but it's important for sure. Let's see what else.
So then on the GHD one, this is one that you quite like the programming, other than you feel like the jumps between the weights of the sandbags is something that you just kind of have to accept reality and not love.
I mean, after I look at it, I mean, it just is what it is. It's not too heavy.
Okay.
The girls, you know, like Jamie and Carolyn, I think it's fine. I think it might be like,
yeah, they are strong girls.
They are strong, dude.
Yeah.
Carolyn with all of her. She was going to come on the podcast one, but timing didn't line up.
For this morning.
She's about to go.
Okay.
Might even come on early for a short show with her, if she's up for it after her workout. But anyways, so the number scheme is kind of strange, right? Like, it goes down with 1. I like the sandbag. It flows really nice on the floor, so I'm okay with that. I like that it's really heavy for the guys because that makes it an impact. It's lighter for the older group, so it's less of an impact, but their GHGs are more of an impact, which I think is fine. It's certainly a different stimulus for the youngers versus the olders, and it's going to be always really hard to like mimic that across all age groups, but it's same for everybody within the age group. It's going to be really fast. It's a sprint the entire way. I would say that they probably needed more GHGs for the younger groups, that maybe it went like 45, 35, 25 or something like that, just because they're so fucking fit.
Yep.
You know, and like 35, 25, 15, 70 really fast is still there, but like there's no really limiters for the younger groups. Even the bag is just a little awkward, and so it's more of a bag workout. And that's not a terrible thing, but I do think they could have balanced it out with a little bit more. And this is where I think Bob and Joe, well, Bob mainly because Bob does most of the programming. This is where, and I think the same thing with the rope climb workout is he tested it on himself. And I'm guessing he wrote it with it like, oh, here's how it feels for me. And then let me push it up a little bit for them. And he was like, oh, all they need is the bag to make that same stimulus. Very similar to the rope climb, right? So like 2 rope climbs for him or whoever he had work on it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yes, it gets the stimulus for the middle age group, which I think is really important. It's something that we do miss often. But if you were programming for 35, you wouldn't put 70 broken up GHGs and assume that that's enough volume to be any form of a separator versus pure GHD rep speed, right? And I think those workouts are important, but we now have 2 of them, relatively speaking, with potentially the sled. No, not the sled, but the last workout for sure.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because the rope climbs are irrelevant, right? And it's just rep speed. So a taller person, even if the taller person sucked at rope climbs, they're just going to be an advantage, right? And wall walk's the same thing. Those movements aren't quite enough to create separation in the skill of itself. It's just like who has the faster cycle rate. And I do think those are important once. And like I think that needs to be there, like execution, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really good workout for like 50 to 65. I mean, 50 and up, right? I think it's probably a little light on the volume of GHGs for even with the totality of the weekend with Toast Bar for the younger age groups for the GHG specifically. But I do think the bag is good.
Yeah.
But I think the bag is probably really light for 55. Like Rose has to carry a 70-pound bag, and that's kind of, I mean, it's just running.
Yeah.
Right. You know, but again, it's really hard, right? Logistics are fucking hard to run these competitions with 8 different workouts.
Yeah,
of the same workout.
Yeah, right. I guess it sounds like very clearly like you would just like to see more variance from top to bottom. Keep the same workout structure, but then variance you'd like to see occur even greater. And like you said on the rope climbs, like even whenever we did talk to when we did talk to Bob and Joe yet again, and you referenced, hey, those rope climbs feel really relevant, especially for those younger guys. And he's yet again repeatedly so open to feedback and was immediately open to it. By the way, whenever we were talking to them the other night, this came up this morning, and I meant to ask you, so I'll just ask you now. That evening, in reference to the workout that they built the thing around with the ring muscle ups, he said something to you to the effect of like they received inspiration from you or something along. Do you remember that? What was that?
I think it was, so we had them on right after, and I think it was on the fact of like the older age groups not getting muscle ups. And I think that was like the framework of it. And like, we need to find a way to reward athletes that at least have one.
Yeah.
Right. I have to go back. It's live. It's on YouTube. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
But we did, me, Lando, and Nelson, we talked to them for a long time after the last week, and we gave them some feedback, like, you know, like how we felt on each workout overall in the weekend. Oh, Jamie. Hey. Oh, she's about to get on. Jamie.
Oh, is she?
Jamie. Hey.
Do you want to hop off for a second? Go grab her?
Yeah, I do. I want to see if she'll get in.
I'm going to, whoop. It's just us now. I think he's working on getting Jamie Latimer over here. Mark Phillips, GHG reps decreasing at 45 plus is a crime. So you don't think that they should have any fewer reps is what you're saying? How many times did I click that? Hi, how are you? Good. Let's see. Is this staying out of it? How's it going? All right. I like your purple in your hair.
Don't talk. Let's talk about
Sit.
Okay. Is that better?
Yep. All right. Who are you?
Jamie Latimer.
Awesome. What's up?
Not much.
How was the workout?
It was brutal.
Exactly what we thought?
Exactly what I thought.
Yeah, sure. How were the pistols?
Good. Actually, those felt very good. I would have rather it been 30 pistols and 20 thrusters, to be quite honest.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. How was that 35? You have 35, right? How was that 35 hand cleans?
Rough. And the
Hands are shaking.
Yeah. Those were wider than
yeah, they're super wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bigger than the ones in my gym.
Right.
So that, luckily we could use the grips. I think they may have thought through all of that. So that helped. But smokes your grip a little bit more. It's just awkward trying to leave your hands a little loose, and then you
Yeah.
don't feel like you can get through.
Right. Yeah. So you were like real traditional kettlebell clean, like bam, bam,
Yeah.
right? Like and trying to roll through the corner.
Yeah, I don't know how to stop. I mean,
And
I like roll through, right? Yeah.
all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. How far did you get? What'd you get? I
got back to, I got 5 total bar.
Hell yeah.
That's
How was that? How was that in the heat?
I won my heat.
Won the
so
heat?
I was in the first heat, which
Okay.
never a good thing, right? And then
Yeah.
they know the
Well,
score.
I mean, they know a score, but I still think that's a fucking fantastic score, especially the 35 kettlebell, because like in the 26, some of the 45s were getting pretty far as well. But at 35, like that workout's totally different for you guys than it is for pretty much every other age group.
Right.
So that's awesome.
I think I had heard when I was warming up, I think I had heard the 45, someone get to 9 total bar, and I was like, okay, you can get back total bar. Like, I know they have lighter kettlebells, but
But still.
you're good at grinding through this shit.
Right. Yeah. How'd you break it up?
I thought that I should have asked this. I went 20 and then did 5 and moved forward. I thought I could keep going because I was going to go 20, 15, 10, 5 and I knew it was 25 and 25, but I thought I could step forward and keep moving. She made me put them down. So I had to go 25, set them down. And I think I did like 10, I don't know, 10, 5.
Okay.
18, 12, 7, 3 on the total bar. Those felt fine. If I would had more time, I could have done more total bar.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. And the thrusters were the hardest thing.
Yeah. I was trying to remember, again, for me, and I talk about this with Clydesdale too, like standards really matter to me.
Sure.
And I like this shit holding here.
Yeah.
And I tried to play with it in the back, but it's not natural. And the second I start moving, I'm doing
you're
full,
gonna like
right. I'm
back.
here and I'm full thruster.
Sure.
And my husband's like, you moved them way further than everyone else. He's like, you had good speed, but you're just, it's a longer rep.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how to do that shit. Like, that's just not how I move in the gym. It's not.
Yeah, I think adapting to standards is like, it's a skill in and of itself, right? Like we have this preconceived notion of the standard just because it's been done a certain way for a long time, right? And like, it's a good thing. And like, we're all like CrossFit purists, but at the same time, like if you can make a small adjustment, like to the standard, it can really benefit you drastically, right?
Absolutely.
Just in general, right? Like it stinks that it's like the standard is very malleable, like over the years. Like it is unfortunate. I'm hoping that the PFAA's like movement thing will like help with that and create some of those limitations or like prevent some of that disparity from like competition to competition within patterns over the time, right? I think I'm really happy with what they're doing there. Okay, are you excited for a GHD workout? Yeah,
I love GHDs. I love burpees.
Yeah.
Bag's a little heavy for me.
You guys have the Husafel, right?
I don't. I've never picked one up. I don't know.
No. Like you are.
That's what
actually
it says.
using
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because like most of the age groups aren't using them.
They don't have them in the light enough.
I think it's just 200 and 150.
That
so
makes
I think
sense.
It's just you.
Okay.
So I was like, I was gonna say I've never seen a 100-pound Husafel bag either.
I was wondering that too.
So, all right. What's the plan?
Sprint the
Fucking all
GHD.
gas,
Yeah, I
no
mean,
brakes.
like you just it's gonna suck picking that up, but like you just kind of gotta walk through it, and then it's like 6.5 minute workout, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of sprinty.
Yeah, super sprinty.
I like burpees. Like
Cool.
I just gotta shut my brain off and move on that one.
Yeah. Have you gone through the flow of it? Like you drop the bag at the opposite end, you got to run back.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that one's gonna. There's quite a few transitions in that short amount of time, and so like not even making like that like jab step in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Like, I meant to go to burpee, but I need to do GHD or whatever it is, right? Like that's going to play a big role. So like execution is going to be super important.
Yeah, I think because it's the Husafel and you don't want to jump the long way, like running back and dropping it the right way, so that
turn it a little bit.
That kind of stuff will be important.
Yeah.
How you set it down, how quickly can you rotate and pick it up and move.
And so the GHD is on half of the lane, and the bag is here, and so that's how you're doing it. So you're like right next to the GHD. You'll be laying down next to it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's like. It's close quarters. It is what it is.
It could affect some of those girls who do like the really wide.
Yeah, sure. Or like that turn, they turn the wrong way and
Yeah.
like their foot clips on there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good execution workout.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about yesterday?
So last year I won the run deadlift, and I worked so hard that because I was in the first heat again, and I like worked so hard, won that one, and then I didn't execute the way I wanted on the second workout. And I think in my head I was holding back in the run this time so that wouldn't happen. And I went to the bathroom, so I was at the back of the pack. So I was never with like I started
got
behind
it.
by like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I never caught that front pack, and I should have just gotten up there and run with them. So I was like 12 seconds behind the next person ahead of me. Like if I could have just seen them, I had so much left. I looked at my splits afterwards on my watch. I was like, yep, that's where you lost it. Like I got 20 seconds faster each mile.
Right.
Just stupid. I just
Sure.
didn't pick it up quick enough.
Yeah, just hesitant.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then I went. So jerks haven't been feeling great. This labrum storm. So I haven't really. Yeah, I'm a mess.
Welcome to the club. Two of them.
So and I haven't been doing a whole lot of jerks. I was like, 185 will probably be it. Well, I did 170, 180. That felt good. So I went to 190, hit that, and I look up in the stands and they're like, do 200. I've never hit 200. I don't know why I went for it, but I went for it.
Hell yeah.
I cleaned it twice in the 20 seconds.
Heck yeah.
You caught the clean twice?
Yeah.
So you cleaned it, missed the jerk,
Yeah,
and then
went
caught
again.
the clean again?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
What did you think about having 4 attempts this time? Like being able to attempt something 4 times in comparison?
5 times.
Oh, for her case, yep. Yeah. 20 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
5
Just wanna make
attempts.
sure. Math
Yeah.
is good.
I mean, honestly, I probably would have rather it been 3
Okay.
because I'm not a heavy lifter. Like, I'm going to hit what I'm going to hit. I don't need the other girls to have more opportunities. Like, the 3 would have been probably perfect for me. And that would have been it. And maybe someone else would have went for a weight sooner and missed it. And it would have, I do think it was smart that they did the total as the tiebreaker. But again, that's where being smart, and I usually play things smart. So I'm mad at myself for going for the 200, because if I would have went for the 195 and hit it, I would have had that
Better
as
total.
a total. Yeah.
Sure.
And I would have been in the first heat or the second heat today.
Yeah.
So I'm kicking myself for that because I'm in 16th instead of where I
14th
Yeah.
or 13th.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As far as
Go ahead.
the events to come, like how are you? I mean, I know that I've heard you talk about it in advance, but like it seems like now we're getting to some stuff that you're looking forward to, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think everything is heavy. Again, I think, and I know I can't complain about the bags. They only come what they come, but like a 125 bag, I would have been better. I just don't like when we sacrifice intensity for weight. Like looking back at the individual games workouts, everyone's like, oh, those women's weights are too light. Did the race played out perfectly when people are going and holding on, touching and go and fail that like last snatch? That's the intensity I want to see. I don't want to see people walking to the bar and like,
taking their
specifically that last one, the 125 for the last workout. Like, I would rather that have been 115 or 105, where like, just like in Heavy Isabel, people are it's your risk to touch and go, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have to stand there for 20 seconds to hit that. So I personally think everything's heavy at the risk of intensity. And I don't like that. Like, I would rather just like that, like just grind through shit.
Yeah. And did you hear, I don't know if you saw, but we had a conversation with Bob and Joe the night before, I guess Thursday night.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, and where they were just like, they are just in a mood to see how
Yeah.
strong everyone is, and they're using this to figure that out, you know?
I specifically heard him say that, like, the women are getting stronger and like we want to push it. And it's like, did you learn nothing from the individual games? Like, people said that before it started, it's too late for the women, light for the women, and it wasn't. It was like perfect. It was perfect, complete, and even still questionable if it was comparable to the men.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and then I would imagine by that point they just had their stuff set. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, even if they can reflect on it, the time horizon from then to now is like nothing.
Yeah.
So you were doomed either way. But I say
I
that I anticipate you doing really well regardless of how you feel about it. So
thank you. I'm gonna keep fighting.
Yes.
So, last question. I know you got to go. So, 2 things. What's your favorite things? Like, your number 1 positive about what's happening, and then your number 1 negative. So far, like up to this
Ooh,
point.
do we want a rosebud thorn?
I don't know if that fits. Sort of.
Is this a shit sandwich that we're doing?
No. Rosebud thorn. So, rose is like something that you're really excited about, that you've really liked so far. A bud is something that you are like building up.
Oh,
like,
bud. We're on bud. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like something you see as being good in the future, or even in the weekend. And then a thorn is something
Opportunity
shitty.
for growth.
Yeah. So 3 things.
Oh man, something I'm excited for to come.
That's the bud. That's the
Okay.
bud. That's like, so like, it's like something is about to bloom, right? Like
Okay.
something's coming, and then a rose is like something really good that's happening. And that could be like within the event, within yourself, or and then a thorn is like something trash.
I mean, Rose, I would say the fact that we're back together, teens and masters. Like, I think getting families in here and kids seeing adults,
Literally
kids seeing grandparents, even. Yeah,
generations.
I think that's amazing.
Yes.
It needed to be one building of everybody. That's my Rose for sure.
Do you see that back corner, right? So that back corner we don't have, right? So that's like part of it. You see that being adaptive next year? Because I do.
Oh,
There's space.
There's
there is
space.
space. There's so much space in
So
here.
much space.
Yeah.
I would love it. I
do
think
you-
that's the play.
I'm derailing from yours, but the venue in general, what do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
And I think it's better than Birmingham.
Yeah.
It's almost like too big,
Yeah.
to be quite honest. I feel like we're a little spread
We're
out.
only taking up a portion
Yeah.
of it, honestly.
I can only imagine what it costs. In my head, like, I think it's great. I just can only imagine what it costs because it's like bigger than necessary.
Yeah.
But it's freaking great.
Yeah.
And I like all the restaurants on the street, so many hotels. The price, I feel like the pricing here for hotels is better than anywhere we've been so far. I love the venue.
Yeah. And even within the venue, like having all, you got me? Even within the venue, having all of the cafes and all just the areas that people can hang out in, and the actual, like, there's food that people will eat here, you know?
Yes.
So those things are nice little features for you guys and for everybody else who's showing up for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, back to your Rosebud
All right,
Thorn. Sorry.
A bud.
But
Something you're excited for, or something you feel like is about to improve, or like coming.
I think we've talked about this with the aging athletes. I am excited to keep pushing those limits. And I like how they programmed it with like chest bar first, by round 4, you get to show your capacity.
Yeah.
And if we keep programming those correctly, and as they age, I think those are going to get even better.
Awesome.
And I love seeing those older people. I have a 65-year-old athlete, and I just love seeing those people compete
Yeah, it's cool.
and hitting those new milestones.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. All right. What do you hate?
I've been so critical, damn it. I hate the
You got my
prices.
Thorn.
I have 17 people here, and I actually think I would have had to like 5 or 10 more from the gym if it would have been like 150 or
I don't know.
less for
I
the
don't know the
weekend.
price. How much is it? I don't know anything about
Two-
price.
Spectator ticket price.
240 or something. And
Yeah.
I don't even know. It might be more than that. It was
Yeah. A lot.
insane.
Okay.
It needs to be more like shit. I mean, the waiters and stuff don't even know what's going on over here. Like, I almost think if you're a local resident here, you should be able to get in for $5
Yes.
just to come like show this
Sure.
off.
Yeah, and that is tough.
So-
I've spoken to the staff at the hotel that I'm staying at about coming over here, and I did not mention to them, oh, and by the way, it's kind of expensive to get in.
Yeah, but like they're not going to come over here for $80 for a day. It's
Yeah.
$80 a day pass or something. Like, get these people over here. Like, we need to just show this off.
Oh, that's a great call out though, because that's an area. Yet again, if you think about it, I'm always thinking about a bud. I'm gonna find a way to turn it into a bud. And so like that's an area where yet again, okay, so that's what we're dealing with right now today, and an opportunity for, okay, say we come back here next year as an example, who knows? But like, could that be something that could be pivoted and bring in a lot more possibly, right? So
Yeah.
in this very moment, do we have it? No. Is it something we could look at? Like, they seem so receptive to so much feedback, which is a cool thing. Of course, that's easy for me to say. I'm not in your shoes, but I'll go with what's easy for me to say. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is completely unrelated to anything to do with competition, but I need you to know that she has tinsel in her hair
Did
and
you get it? The
purple.
place over there?
And
Yeah,
it
Brittany's
is
braids.
so
Yeah.
freaking cool. Anyway,
I wish
It
when
looks
I got custom shirts by Thick Boy and they're this purple, so she like matched them. So
Nice.
yeah,
Did you see that? You got third.
that's what I thought. I saw. Yep, that makes sense.
overall, hey,
Pretty
that's
close.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll
Yeah, you're
nudge
right
up.
there.
wish I would have been out there on the floor with them, but that's all right. I'll
That's
take
like-
it. I made them work hard for that.
Yeah,
Keep
you
climbing.
did.
You'll reseed for the
For
next
sure.
one.
No,
Oh, okay,
tomorrow. That's
today.
okay.
Okay.
That's a sprint. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
that
don't
one
know.
matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you
Okay.
like
It's
your head
pure
down.
execution.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't be like that next workout. You shouldn't be looking at the clock.
Yep.
I know. That's what I told both my athletes. I was like, don't race. Don't look at the clock. Like, you should be like, it's just a full sprint.
Yeah,
like,
hard
don't worry
effort.
about what anyone else is doing.
Yep.
So cool. Hey, thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. Thanks
Awesome.
for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Nice
sure.
to talk to you.
It's-
You're
yeah,
doing
it's good
great.
to meet
I love
you.
seeing you on this.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I'm new here.
She
We're
didn't say
figuring
I
it
was.
out.
You're
She didn't
doing
say I was
great.
doing great, by the way. It's fine.
You don't need moral support. Just kidding.
Need all of
Everyone
it.
needs
I
a
need
little
all of
moral
it.
support.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
dude.
you.
Yeah, thank you. When's your next one? Time? I can go look it up. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll look it
something
up.
like that.
Heck
yeah.
yeah. Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
Yep.
Get some cold tub.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Awesome. Jamie Latimer.
I like her.
Yeah, she's the
She's
best.
spicy.
She's the best. Yeah,
She
for
just
sure.
tell you what she thinks.
Yeah, she's cool. Awesome. Yeah, super expensive. It was expensive last year too. It was about the same price in Birmingham.
Yeah.
You know,
The spectator
because-
tickets were?
Yeah, they
Did
were
you have a
expensive.
good turnout or any relevant, meaningful? Did you notice non-CrossFitters there?
No, I also don't think that's the play either, right? So here's my thought on tickets. At the games, there is ticket sales make up like 1% of like the revenue that comes in for sure. Like ticket sales at the main CrossFit games is so irrelevant But here, it is the driver of the revenue coming in. It's not the sponsors. They don't charge a lot for vendors. They don't charge a lot for sponsors, right? To do the athlete thing is like the normal $400 or whatever it is. They make their money on ticket sales to do this, right? CrossFit has to subsidize them some, but they try to get it through ticket sales, right? So unlike the CrossFit Games where ticket sales are pretty much negligible, even when they sell out and sell a lot, they're getting money by how much they're charging for vendors and sponsors, right? This is a flip. They want to get as many vendors and sponsors here as possible, right? And they still they're relying on ticket sales as a driver for the revenue for the event.
Yeah. Do you have an opinion on that? It's interesting that we have, I can definitely think of events where, speaking to vendors, they pay an astronomical or a very, very high number to be able to be at the event, right? So there's a ton of revenue driven from the vendors themselves versus, like you said, this one is so much less expensive for the vendor trying to get more of that. Do you have any personal opinions on what you think?
Well, as a vendor, I was
approaches,
very happy with.
Take that out of it. Not as a vendor, just in general. What do you think is more effective to a successful event? I might be asking you to go out of your lane a little too much.
No, certainly not. Business is. I like business way more than I like CrossFit.
You love programming.
I do like programming, but I do enjoy talking like marketing and strategy and business stuff. I think it just depends on the event, right? Like, we're not going to get a lot of eyeballs online, right? So we're not going to get a lot of eyeballs online. So we can't leverage like
I'm going to go look at the live stream and see what it pulled yesterday.
It was like it's 60 or 65,000 at this point.
And I know the highest concurrent I saw was like 2 point something.
Right.
Okay.
So we're not, we're looking at like a low semifinal, right? And all semifinals lose money, like literally every one of them. And so they want to find a way to make this sustainable. And everyone is going to come, and it is expensive. But, like, what would be the better price? I don't think if it was $150 for the entire weekend that we would have double the people here, right? And it is expensive, and maybe there is like a better balance, right? Or like more of a middle, like meeting in the middle of something. But I don't know. If you want to come see your person, you want to come see your person. I'm surprised. Well, Rogue doesn't do it. Rogue has nothing to do. Oh, wait. Rogue. Kevin's he's across these. He's been at Rogue, actually.
Yeah.
Too expensive for a full weekend.
Because of location.
Yeah, they should definitely do single day. They do single day here. And so it is, I don't know. There's always a balance, right? Like, it's definitely like, it's a bell curve, right? Like, you're going to find your perfect point, and then you're going to start to fall off on either one. Are you really? That's creepy as shit. Oh my God. Yeah, I do. He just messaged. That was weird. You're a weirdo.
Where is he?
He's right there in the black.
That's
that
awesome.
was weird. All right. We'll come chat in a second.
Love it. Hey, thanks for being here.
Yeah, for sure. He looks different in person. Anyways. All right.
Be like that for people.
Yeah, we'll go chat with Chris. That was creepy.
What a way to get it done.
There's probably a better answer than what they're doing currently, but I think that's like, as long as you're, like receptive to feedback, and they are, I think that's the key. I didn't buy a ticket. I also haven't fucking bought a ticket to the CrossFit Games in
Do you want to try to grab him? I don't know personally. You want to try to grab him?
Oh, Ty?
Yeah.
Ty, you want to come on the podcast? Is that 10 minutes? All right.
Heck yeah. We have a seat ready for you.
Perfect.
Have you guys met?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There you go. That's you.
Cool. What's up, brother?
What's up?
How's it going?
Good.
Having a good time?
Yeah, it's been a
Not on the floor right now.
No, I get
take
a 3-hour break, which is
that's
nice.
good. Did you do what'd you do this morning?
I did event 3 for the teen girl. So every women's division except the 35 to 39,
okay,
and then the 55 and older divisions.
Thanks. So they were like, it's way too important for you. Like, you
Yeah,
can't do it.
Yeah,
I got
I'll
out class. I'm still a rookie here.
For
but
sure. No,
it's
you're
been
doing a
good.
good job. We were talking about it, like, how long have we been on? Like 40 minutes ago, we were talking about it. I think you're doing a good job. I really enjoyed, my athlete was going. I enjoyed, like, you knew, like, when someone was doing well. Like, I think MCs kind of struggle. Like, you could just see the leader, but like to know someone's holding big sets or like what pace they're holding on the rower, like that's so nuanced to us in like our little world that like unless you're in program design or it like actually a higher level athlete, like those things don't really like they don't make sense. That like it's a big deal and it's something that should be talked about. So you did a really good job with that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I've been working on like trying to give the athlete perspective, which can be unique from MCs.
Yeah.
But not like talk over anyone's like head. Because especially here at the age group games, you get a lot of family who come that may not totally understand. So sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, they're pulling hard on the rower, like 1,200 calories per hour. Well, sometimes they don't know what that means.
Right.
And so I have to balance like giving a good explanation that everyone can understand, but also giving my athlete insight that I think makes it a little unique.
Yeah, I like it. It was good.
Very much so.
How did you hear him on the mic?
I got to hear a little bit this morning. I've been a little bit too distant. When you're so far away, it can be hard to really hone in when there's so much going on face to face here. But I did go over for one of the heats earlier and listen, and I was like, he's doing a great job. And not that I anticipate anything less from you, but you are doing a great job. So not that you need my opinion, but yeah, you are doing well.
So I landed at like 240 yesterday.
Yep.
Like that's when my wheels touched down.
Right.
And I was on the floor by like 320.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he said. We talked about that last night.
He said you did do pit last year, so you have one other experience emceeing.
No, I
wasn't. Oh, you
no
didn't MC? You just went.
Yeah, I've done like a local comp before.
Oh, I thought you MC. I thought you did a little emceeing in pit last year.
No.
And as someone who like, I can relate in that not in this big of an event, but I like getting pulled into the MC role was definitely like, hey, can you do that? Are you sure you want me to do that? Okay, great, I'll go do that. That was my experience, right? And but you heard it so much. So as much as this is your first time doing it, you know by now you've been to so many competitions. You know what you like to hear. You have good awareness of what they sound like. So you come in with an upper hand in that way, but still like thrown into the fire. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I was actually telling a good friend of mine last night about the day as a whole and the volunteer workout. And I was like, that's so special for these volunteers who are showing up that you actually then came and did the workout as well. I was like, that's just a really cool moment because a lot of them will like, that will mean something. And so I thought that was awesome that you hopped in and did that with your buddies. That was cool.
It was fun. And I last year working at the pit as a volunteer, it made me really appreciate what they do and how none of this can happen without them. So any small moments to like give back, I try to. And so last night we were planning on doing a workout and we walk in and there's a volunteer workout going on and we were like, let's do it. Let's hop in.
Yep.
So, what is so you're traveling but you're still full-time athlete. Like, are you training? Did you train this morning? Yeah. I know you ran yesterday is what you said. Yeah. I assume before you got on the plane.
Yeah.
So are you training today? Are you going to do some fitness?
So I got up
over to Grandview or something?
Yeah, I got up at 5 this morning.
Sick.
And there's a hotel gym had a barbell, which is so rare.
Wow.
It was a crappy barbell. It didn't spin very well. But
ours doesn't.
So So I hit some cleans and some back squats. And then tonight after competition closes, I'll finish. I'm going to test the final event of the WFP workout I got coming up next week.
What is it? I can't remember.
It's 18 ring muscle ups, 9 snatches at 225, 18 bar muscle ups.
Oh yeah.
9 snatches. Or 9 clean
jerks. Right. So, that's a good one.
It should be fun.
That's a fun workout.
I'm excited for. Like, I tested it alongside Dallin, and I was like, oh. But I don't think it'll be a last place finish for me, but I won't win it.
Yeah, is that because of snatches?
Yeah. I think my muscle up volume's good, but just I have to squat the snatches, and Dallin's basically muscling them, so it makes a difference.
Muscling them. Even after 18 muscle ups, he's certainly not muscling
He's
them. Don't give him that much credit. How do you feel? And that's next weekend, right? Yeah.
So I get back to Jacksonville Monday at like 11 a.m. And then I fly out Wednesday at 6 a.m.
So what is your like your deload or your, I don't know, super compensation look like? What do you look like leading into a competition? Like, are you shutting it? Like, are you already shutting it down? Like low volume, high intensity because you're going to hit that piece. Is that basically what it looks like Monday, Tuesday?
Usually a deload starts depending on how big of a competition the Saturday before.
Yep.
But we kind of just worked it around knowing I'm not going to be able to get as much training as I'd like this weekend.
Sure.
So volume's a little down through the weekend. Also, I clocked like 30,000 steps today, and I was only here half the day, or yesterday.
Nice.
So I'll be on my feet all day.
Right.
It's going to be a bit of a mess, but ultimately, all the fitness I built for the games is still there. It's just about maintaining it.
Right.
So
being healthy and stuff. So what will training look like Monday, Tuesday?
Probably some more touches on events, doing half of events or just like buy-ins of events. Like I might hit there's a deadlift chipper and I might just hit it halfway through. And just touch some things. But right now, the biggest thing my coach and I were talking about, like you can put yourself in a hole or get hurt, but you're not going to gain a whole lot of fitness. So it's just about being smart.
Yeah, sure.
And doing the half of the workout, I'm assuming it's so that way you can feel like what that sensation is going to be like when you get there, and then stop before you have to keep just burning fuel.
On that one particularly, after the 20 deadlifts, it's just like 30 GHDs and then 40 cal bike left.
Right.
And it's
so
like,
it's just pain.
I know what that's
it's
going to
just
feel
pain,
like.
right? Like you don't have to prep that. You know, that could smoke you or CNS, but like you don't really need to prepare for that. How do you feel about 100 handstand push-ups?
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been just a small sets guy, like chip away slowly. And after hearing some testing times, I don't think it's going to be like a bottom 5 finish for me. It will be good.
Cool.
You know, anything like top 20, kind of the same story as the games. If I can stay top 20 all weekend, end up middle of the pack, get a chance to go compete in Copenhagen.
And you got second in the Challenger in the last time. So how many points does that give you?
So it was like 245.
Okay.
Essentially, you look at it as like what would have been like a 37th place points wise.
Got it.
And so I just got to average the top 30. So if I can pull out like a 22nd or better, I pretty much guarantee it mathematically. Cool. So that's what I got to try to do.
Awesome. How do you feel about the workouts here? How do you feel about that workout, that AMRAP?
I like it.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot.
Like it? Oh yeah, it's super.
Don't love AMRAPs in a competition setting. Sure. Not on like the second day, because the winner does more volume. So you punish the winner a little bit. But if it was just like 2 rounds for time, that would be a nasty
2 rounds
workout.
for time would be a solid workout for sure. Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure what he's doing, by the way. I don't know what this is.
All good.
I'm not a fan, especially like where it's ending for everyone, like the extra volume. Deal with it. We're gonna fucking keep talking about it, okay?
I'm sorry. Oh,
we're gonna
he
keep
has
talking
dragged
about
this horse
I
out.
have. I just want to make it clear.
Fair point.
If it was 13 minutes, everyone's gonna finish on the rower, right? You know what I mean? Maybe a couple cleans, but like the winners are getting all 50 cleans and a lot of toes to bar. And like that's just like a terrible. If you're gonna do the AMRAP, like probably shouldn't be like that much eccentric contraction for the arm. You know what I mean? It's just not my favorite. Are you good at pistols?
I mean, I was bad at them, but I've worked on them a lot.
Sure.
But it's one I don't touch a lot in training just because it's just a lot of stress on the knees. I mean, I'm almost 200 pounds, so it's a lot of pressure on one leg.
So
what were you, whenever you were at the games, what were you? What was your body weight?
This year or as a team?
This year.
This year I was 193.
Okay.
So
and that's come down, right? You were bigger. Right?
Yeah. So in October of last year, I was almost 220, and Matt Torres was like, lose some weight before WODpalooza.
That's crazy.
And so I lost 27 pounds in 3.5 months.
That's a terrible idea. Probably wasn't the best.
Oh, that's right. You
So
do track
aggressive.
every morsel.
Well, it worked out really well.
Yeah, I mean,
but
you obviously-
being heavy was the mistake.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I kept getting hurt.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. And you got hurt like through like run volume and like jump volume, or like?
I mean, I say hurt, like just like some jumper's knee, some like shin splints, a little bit of shoulder, like labral kind of irritation. Nothing bad, but it was just like my body does not like being this heavy.
Yeah.
Sure.
So as you've reduced body weight, all of that stuff has kind of just gone away.
And it's allowed me to hit home runs where I need them, which is endurance.
Cool.
Where when I was heavier, it was like my strength was a little better, but I really suffered in the endurance department.
Yeah.
And it's like I still need to be able to shine where I can.
Right.
So
Sure. Cool. And what's after WFP? Like, what's your season look like?
chilling.
Yeah. You're not. I didn't even hear about. Did Rogue do any qualifier, or was it invite only?
So Rogue qualifier is 3 or 4 days after WFP.
Okay, so it's like in a week.
I won't be doing it.
Okay. All right. All right.
I know some will do that turnaround, but I think the body, it's just about surviving till WFP, and I don't know if I want to draw it out and try to survive another week.
Yeah.
And it won't be 100% effort if I did it anyway.
Right.
So I think I'm just taking September, just doing some like aerobic base building, some heavy lifting, and then letting the body reset, and then we'll get a good ramp in for Copenhagen. So.
Sure. So no true off season for you this year.
Not really.
Almost like a base building season.
Yeah. And thankfully we're at the point now where strength it doesn't require a whole off season of setting everything aside.
16 weeks.
It's just like I just need little bits of strength, and you can do that without letting everything else suffer.
Sure.
And so that's the plan. Just a reduced volume season, not necessarily like a true off season where we strip everything.
Right.
Get
So then at this point, like, are you still touching a lot of CrossFit? Or like,
Yes.
yeah, you do.
Pretty much all CrossFit right now.
Yeah.
Leading into
really,
WFP.
I mean, like after WFP.
I'll
Like
do
this, like that 1 month period. Like, are you like one hard piece a week, or like that group, whatever, that Friday thing that you guys all do?
probably like one super intense piece, and then just a lot of like long and threshold cardio pieces.
Yep.
And I'll still do some CrossFit looking workouts, but it won't be like, the intent won't be fastest time possible. The intent will be like move through this volume for 40 minutes, like at a consistent pace at 80% or whatever it is.
Right.
So it'll just be a little different.
Cool. And then last thing from me, and then if Claire has something, I know Dallin has like a big influence in like the training and design with Matt. Like, do you have that same relationship? What's your coach's name again?
Jaden.
Do you have that same like back and forth, like, or like, are you just like bow down to the master, do whatever he says?
No, I've always wanted like a part, and I think we talked about this, but I've always wanted like a say in my programming. Sure. For a while, I programmed for myself, and so having Jaden in he lives in Australia, so we'll sit down and kind of blanket out weeks at a time. Because when I'm awake, he's asleep most of the time.
Yeah, I know. I've worked with Australian athletes. It's fucking terrible.
And then that also takes the trust from him to let me pivot training as I need, because he's asleep. So I can't be like, hey, Jaden, I'm thinking about doing this. Right. He just has to trust me and be like, if I see something I need to change, I do it, and I tell him the next day. Right. But it's been a great relationship. Cool. And our first competition together was the games.
Nice. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, like in person, you mean?
In person.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Cool, man. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, well, we've got here, let's see, so great to see Ty here giving back to the community. We need more of that from the individual athletes. So just appreciation from people, like not only obviously everyone here, but like so many people watching this from afar, just like very inspired by what you're doing off of the floor, off of the competition floor as well. I guess you're still on it, but in a different role. So and then the only other thing I have, and then we said we'd take 10 minutes, and I'm pretty sure we've taken more than 10 minutes, is the question that you're seeing all over the marketing that I just love it. And so it's kind of a softball, whatever. I'm sure thinking it's cheesy, but like, why do you do CrossFit?
I mean, so I can give you an expedited version of my story with CrossFit, but it started to get better at sports and be more athletic and just be fitter. And so I just walked into an affiliate, and that's how I started everything. And then after doing CrossFit about 6 months, I found out about the Open and then began my competitive career. But it originally was just to be fitter, be in better shape, be more explosive. And it delivered on that. My sports performance increased drastically. And then I ended up getting into CrossFit, competing full time. Sure. But like, I still do it and I will still do it even when I'm done competing, just because I think it's a great way to stay fit, and it's unique and it's intense, and it's just, it's different. It's one of the only methodologies too, where they teach about your like nutrition and your sleep and everything you do outside of, and I think it's just one of the most well-rounded ways to stay in shape. Yep. And definitely one of the most enjoyable. Like, there's nothing that beats like the community of an affiliate. Yep. I moved down to Jacksonville, and I love my affiliates down there, but I'm missing Table Rock CrossFit back home. Like, we had such a tight family, and so it stinks being away from that, but it's been exciting to been able to build that at new gyms as well.
Yes. So. Yeah, and it's global, so you can literally take it with you. I've also spent my first 6.5 years at the same space, and then moved away and had to like find a new home, so I can relate to that in a different way. And but it is cool because it's still the same methodology, and it's still the same type of person that it attracts. And anyway, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, that's all I got. Just a softball.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, brother.
Good to see you guys.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Keep crushing it.
And good luck out there.
Sick.
Cool. Well,
sweet. Who else is walking by?
2 impromptus. I know that
Who
really works nicely.
I know.
Yeah.
That was one of the intents of like being up front. Because like I saw barbell spin do that, and I was like, "That's really nice." It was just like, "Hey," and no one says no. It's so nice.
It is.
Like no one says
it's
no.
It's very cool. Well, they certainly, and I mean, honestly, like you got Jamie just coming off the floor. Like she got other things to be thinking about, but she's coming over here doing that. And then even Ty, it sounds like he's got a little break there, obviously, but still super cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's good for this one. We'll pop back on in a little bit. if not before our athletes start warming up, definitely after after our athletes are done. So like 4 o'clock, 4:30 ish.
Yeah. Lido is killing it out there. Carolyn too.
I think they're on the floor right now.
Are they?
I think so.
Okay, so we should.
Or they're like just about to get off.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You spoke with Lido right before she went on, right?
Yep. Yeah, we worked on some hang clean stuff. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Heck yeah. Cool. All right.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a good one.
We will see you soon.
See you soon.
Okay, you do this. I don't know.
Do this. Just hit it. Click end.